on, guys? So today we're back and we got another unboxing, and this time it's going to be the Microsoft Surface Book 2. Just got it today. So I needed a new laptop for school, and I really felt like this one is best suited for my needs. So we're just going to unbox it and get going. So here we go. Ooh. I played with one in the store, so I kind of knew what it would look like in person, but here it is. Got the nice Windows logo there. Pretty nifty. So there's a laptop to start. Got some other things here. Looks like just info about the computer, an instruction manual that I'll probably never read, but thank you, Microsoft. Moving on, most likely the power cable. Let's see. Okay, it's the power cable. Pretty standard. Oh, it also does come with a USB slot on it, so that's pretty useful actually. So that's awesome. Cool. Alright. Let's see what else is in here, if there's anything else. It appears not. Is that really it for the power cable? I feel like there should be another end to this. Here it is. The complete power cable. So that plugs in here and you're good to go. Alright. So let's get this trash out of here and look at this computer really quick. Get this plastic off. Kind of weird, but all right. So here's what it looks like, and the keyboard. So I forgot to mention the specs before I just dove right in. So the version I got is the i5 8th generation. It comes with the Intel graphics, so you're probably not going to be doing any gaming on it, things like that. I might do like some old games and see just how it runs, but if you wanted to do gaming on this one, you should definitely do the higher end option. But I did not have $3 laying around to get a GTX 1060 graphics card in this bad boy. So I got this one because, you know, it's more for school, and I would see the functionality of it. So we also got on the sides here, got two USB ports, micro SD slot, a USB-C connection, and the power cable. So not that many ports, but pretty much everything you need. And then the headphone jack, oh I forgot, the headphone jack is up here on the tablet. I don't know if you can see that or not. But yeah, so it's actually on the screen part, so that way when you go in tablet mode, you have access to it still. So that's kind of a unique placement, but besides that, I believe that's all the ports. So that concludes the unboxing portion, and now we will get into the functionality and uses. Alright, so now I wanted to go into me actually using this on Microsoft OneNote, just because a lot of the reviews that I saw never showed this, and I was just curious what it would look like, and that was a big reason why I wanted to get this video out there for maybe some other students who are looking at this computer as possible for them to use during their endeavors. So here, something to note that I'm pointing out, it was really annoying at first to figure out how to actually import a PDF you would think it would just be in the insert and then you attach the file, but for some reason you have to use the printout tab instead, because if you just do the file, it'll insert this little shortcut, and then once you click on it to view the file, it actually puts it in the Google Chrome browser. It doesn't actually import it into OneNote for you to mess around with it. So that's just something to take into consideration, and unless you're a lot smarter than me and didn't waste an hour trying to figure that out. So moving on, as far as how it feels to use this in tablet mode and take notes, I'd say it's pretty good. I am using this super cheap stylus pen I found in my mom's drawer, and it's obviously not, the perfect utensil to use for this by any means. I did have a chance to use the Surface Pen in store, and it was a lot more responsive, and my handwriting it almost looks like exactly how it would on paper, and I really enjoyed that, and I will be purchasing it once school starts back up. But for the time being and for the purpose of this video, I just wanted to use something so you could just kind of see. But yeah, so it is a little finicky there. And also, I don't know if you saw at the beginning of the video when I was using the keyboard in tablet mode just with my fingers, it was a little awkward. The keys aren't very responsive. So if you're trying to type in tablet mode, I would just say skip it because it's really weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like it's a delay when you're typing on it, and it's really quirky. So yeah, that's it for OneNote. And the next thing I wanted to talk about was the keyboard of the laptop. Nothing really crazy. It's not a bad keyboard. It's not anything crazy either. It's it's solid. It's a keyboard. So feels pretty good. Very similar to my old MacBook keyboard. I think I had the 2013 MacBook, which isn't a bad thing at all. That's not knocking at, because I really loved the keyboard on that Mac, and it's just keyboard, nothing really crazy to talk about. I did this words per minute test online, and it said I was an octopus. So the last thing I wanted to talk about were the big takeaways that I have about this laptop. The main reason I bought this laptop was for the functionality of it, being able to go into tablet mode and have that as a completely different device as it feels, is really cool, one, to start, and it's also really just an awesome experience, especially for note-taking at school. I probably wouldn't be using it to take notes in my programming classes, but as far as any other class, for my math class, for instance, I can definitely see me using this, and it'll be a lot more convenient, because there are a lot of times where I'm typing on my keyboard and I would be like, oh, this would be a lot easier for me to write out on paper. And so that's the main reason I bought it. And then another reason is the battery life. That was another reason. Microsoft claims that it has 17 hours of battery life, 11 hours in the base where the keyboard is, and then another 6 for the actual tablet mode. And the base can actually recharge the tablet if the tablet dies, so that's really cool. But it is definitely not 17 hours. I don't know if maybe I just got a bad model or something along those lines, but it is for sure not 17 hours. I'd say it's more maybe 8 or 9. Granted, as much as I've been using it, I've been doing a lot of video editing, so it's using a lot of CPU percentage, but it's really not 17 hours, and so that was kind of a downfall. But aside from that, I do really love the computer. It is a lot bigger than I imagined. The 13.5-inch screen in tablet mode, it just feels massive. Before I was using a 9.7-inch iPad Air, so I did not realize the difference. It's just very drastic, and it's really nice, and the resolution is really good too. It's Ultra HD, not 4K, but it's kind of that middle ground between 1080p and 4K. So it's very pretty. I like it. So those are the big takeaways for me. I'd say it's worth it. For me, it's worth it. For you, it might not be. As a student and having the capability to use it as a tablet and a laptop is really cool. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. I'll do an update video once school actually starts up again in the fall semester of how the computer's performing and all that jazz. So keep your guys' eyes open for that. And as always, feel free to comment on the video below. I'll do my very best to answer all your guys' questions. And I'll see you guys on the next video.